Gareth, a fourth major tournament for you. Have you still got the motivation, the energy? Are you able to enjoy it all?
Yeah, we're trying to make history. So the excitement about being able to do that with a group of players that we enjoy working with and who have a lot of talent is it's a privilege.
How hard was it to put together this group of players? It seems quite a bold squad.
Well, it's been complicated. We would have liked perhaps to have had a slightly smaller group and be able to define things a little earlier. But we have got quite a complex injury situation and we'll be able to make better decisions in a couple of weeks. The other side of that is that's allowed us to put perhaps more young players in who will have brilliant experience but also can force their way into the reckoning as well.
All those young players coming through is a sort of sign of the success of the pathway you've been building over so many years.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of great work goes on not only here at St George's Park with our junior teams but also with the club academies, and there are good young players coming through. There are positionally different areas of strength and we still need more young English players getting league football, but there is some exciting talent in the group.
How much concern is the defensive options in particular, given all the injuries?
Well, we don't totally know yet. It's not, I think it's obvious that some players haven't finished the season and some players have been out for a while and have just got back in. So there's a little bit to work through there, and there are going to be players in this camp that need a bit more work, and there are going to be need to rest some players a little bit more and recover them. So we've got to get that physical balance and the physical preparation right for the group as well.
There are some experienced players who won't be coming. How difficult was it to inform Sterling, Henderson and Rashford?
Well, look, it's hard for all players that aren't going to major tournaments. I always focus on the players that were in our last squad, and making those calls is of course difficult for me but is more difficult for them. But they were really professional, very mature in how they took that. I know that's a tough call for them. And they've been, all of those guys, huge part of some big nights with us and huge part of the success the team's had to this point.
Was it just a combination of lack of playing time, lack of fitness for them?
Well, with Marcus, I just feel that other players in that area of the pitch have had better seasons, strong seasons. With Jordan, he's had an injury for 5 or 6 weeks out in Holland, and in the period he's had, hasn't been able to get the physical intensity back that we feel we need going into a tournament. The tournaments are, of course, technical and tactical challenge, but physically they're really demanding. And to go 7 games, which we've done twice, we know what that's taken. So that has to be a big criteria as well when we're selecting.
And do you think Harry Kane will be fit? Are there any concerns about his fitness?
No, I think there was a sensible decision taken for him not to play the final game with Bayern Munich, but our understanding is he should be good to go as soon as he arrives to train.
Often so many people are sort of talking about the negatives of football. It's VAR, the finances, regulation. Do you think people should choose this moment to sort of celebrate football, bring the country together through the national team?
I think that's what tournaments do, really. Tournaments do bring every generation of the family together in front of the television or wherever they watch their football these days. So, it is a moment that unites people. That's one of the great privileges about being involved with international football. And it's brilliant that people are excited about the team. 7-8 years ago, it didn't quite feel the same. But now I think there's a strong connection, there's an excitement. I think people like the way that the players play. And we hope we can take everybody on another brilliant journey.
Where will that journey end? Can you win the Euros?
Well, I've been asked that quite a few times today, and of course everybody wants a straightforward answer, which is yes, we can. We're one of the teams that can win. You're in tournament football, which includes knockout phases, and as we saw in the Champions League this year, you can have brilliant teams that small moments define knockout games. So it's always complicated to win, but that's our ambition, is to go there and do that.
And this will be the first major tournament with a lot of fans since Euro 2016. Have you got a message for them? Particularly, obviously, there's always maybe some concerns about how they'll behave. Have you got a message to the huge number of England fans that will be going to Germany?
Just to support us as they have with the last 2 tournaments where we've been abroad. We've had brilliant support. There were fewer in numbers, but there were a lot of England fans in Qatar, a lot of England fans in Russia. They had a fantastic time. They're ambassadors as we are for the country, and we hope they enjoy their football and they enjoy the whole experience of following England.
And there will always be questions over your own future. Will it be your decision or the FA's decision whether this is your last tournament or you'll stay on to the next World Cup?
Well, I imagine both. That's always as we've worked, but the reality of that is we've focused totally on this tournament. I've worked in this building for over 10 years, and the ambition has been to win a tournament. So there's nothing for us to consider until we've done that, and if we can do that, maybe I'll retire and do nothing anyway. So.
But you've still got the hunger to go on, or you, like Jurgen Klopp, you feel you're needing a break?
I think a different scenario. I mean, I've been here 8 years, club football. Jurgen's been day in, day out, which is a different intensity and rhythm. So I can understand why he's taken that decision. But here you're judged on tournaments, and I think tournaments are a good cycle to then be able to assess and take decisions.
But absolutely no decisions, no talks with anyone else before the Euros?
Not 100%. I've never spoken with a club in all my time in the job. I think that would be disrespectful to the position I hold. As I said, when you've worked so long and so hard for the opportunity to take your country and lead them with a chance to win something, then your focus has got to be 100% on that, and that's where mine is.
Finally, what will make the difference? 4th tournament to actually win it up. Are you sitting assessing all the past tournaments, and what can make the difference this time?
Well, you do assess previous tournaments, but every tournament is different and throws up different possibilities, different opportunities, different things that are the reasons for winning and losing. So there's what you can learn from the past, but then there's hitting form and finding the right way in the tournament that we're just about to go into, and we've got to find the best way and the right way with this group of players.
And all about football, not politics this time.
Well, that's what I started off in this job to do, really.
Thank you, and good luck
Thanks,
with
Rob.
the Euros. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.